Hello, I'm doing a Facebook Live, but only in the Used Car Managers Facebook group. I will repost this on my YouTube and stuff later, but I always go into every once in a while the Used Car Managers group, throw out, hey, anybody want some tips or me to go live and answer some questions? And Wendell Hardy was one of the first ones to comment, and he brought up the point of wanting some insight on descriptions. Do you do the standard check and star on the equipment, or do you customize? How about the header? So new month, new day. That's right, Adam. Start all over, 0 to 0. So want to go over the comments. As a matter of fact, in that post in Used Car Managers, I added a photo. I'm going to do it in here, but when I go live, it don't let me do any photos. I can only I can't do photos in here. I can only comment. So after I'm done, I'm going to throw this photo in there. But the photo is of some searches that I did on cars.com. Now, I'm not using cars.com as a bad example. I'm using it as an example of where your cars are listed. Every one of these sites run differently. So what I want to talk about on descriptions is kind of like what you might refer to as meta tagging your website. So one, do your virtual lot walk, meaning touch every car listed online, make sure your photos, make sure my mic is on, your photos match your descriptions and vice versa. If you got a photo of a sunroof, get sunroof in your comments. I'll add to that in a minute. And then if you have sunroof in your comments, make sure it's in your description. No bad photos, no paper floor mats. I hate those things. But, and I only hate them because they're usually dirty, or you can see wet footprints or smashed up and things like that. So let's talk about descriptions. One of the things that I realized years ago, and it's gotten fixed on a lot of sites, I brought it to the attention of like sites like Auto Trader and stuff, is they would have years ago, they would have a checkbox on the left rail that would say, let's say sunroof, and you check that box and a certain amount of cars would come up. But what they were not picking up were if a dealer listed it as a moonroof. A lot of luxury cars list them as moonroofs. So when somebody checked that box for sunroof, moonroofs were not coming up. And don't even get going on things like panoramic roof and stuff. So that is the biggest thing on descriptions. One, you want the goodies at the beginning. You know, don't sell your dealership, as great as it is. Sell the car. Okay, the deal now, the bad thing about the new sites or the way the sites are laid out, even like Auto Trader right now, does not show you descriptions. It used to on the SRP page, on the search page, had a couple sentences of your description. It was displayed. And again, a lot of people were trying to sell the dealership at that point in time. Customers didn't care. They're looking at the photos, looking at the miles and the price, and maybe some, does this have a roof or something? If you could tell them then, you know, you're getting the VDP. That's all kind of gone away on a lot of these sites. The customers actually have to get to the VDP to see the descriptions. So what the important part of the descriptions are now is, if they do read it, because your website and sites like Auto Trader, cars.com still have your descriptions, is again, try to sell the car at the beginning, but also reference things like the repairs, new tires, new brakes, local trade, things that will entice the customer. You know, oil change and 150-point inspections. The inspection maybe, but the oil change and stuff, they're going to expect that stuff to be done. But if you put brand new tires and new brakes and things like that, they know that, not that they don't expect nice tires and brakes, but they know they don't have to do anything in a while. The other thing is get your goodies there. And I don't mind capital letters. A lot of people don't put capital letters because it seems like you're yelling. That don't matter. But here's the kicker. You got to understand how people may or may not search. The photo I put in on here, and I'll add it when I'm done, is basically I did a search on cars.com because they have options on the left rail that you can check off sunroof. Now go test this out. I love doing it on cars.com, but I also love doing it like on Craigslist. But I'll tell you cars.com first, and I'll cover Craigslist type of thing. Left rail, you can check the box for sunroof, but at the bottom there's a keyword search. So this is where it's important, where you can get an example of what I'm talking about. Don't click sunroof on that left rail, but check out, it'll give you a number of how many cars, you know, do a zip code search and either look for a particular make or model. I did just a Ford search within a 20-mile radius of my zip. That search down at the bottom, I did a keyword search. One, I did sunroof. It came up with 336 cars. Cleared that out. Next, I did just roof. and it came up with 682 cars. Then I did another search for moonroof, 447 cars. So it's weird is, yeah, I would think sunroof was used more often than moonroof, but moonroof had 447 search cars pull up, but sunroof only had 336. Now think about that. I don't know if you guys know the difference between the two. I've been told 20 different things, but you go off of what you've been raised on or what you're familiar with. Example, when I went and rented cars, every week I'd rent cars with Enterprise when I traveled to Viato. Every week, rent a car. And I would go in and I would ask if I can get a nav with my rental. And they would say, a what? And I would literally, every time, I would say, can I get a navigation with my rental? They go, oh, you mean a GPS? I said, sure. Now, even on their point of purchase, the little display ad they had on their counter said, add a GPS to your rental today or something like that. And they had and it's a GPS, and they referred to it as a GPS. So imagine what that person, if they went and shopped for a car online, they would probably type in GPS, not navigation. Or sometimes we type in nav. Or a lot of old school guys who did a lot of print ads would put in nav because they're used to PW for power windows and nav and things like that and shorten it down. So think about it. What you got to do in your descriptions is what I call meta tagging it. Put as much in there as you can think. We do, when we help dealers with their comments and descriptions, we help fix that for them. And we'll do things like navigation /nav/GPS. That way, no matter how they search, I'm going to come up. I do sunroof /moonroof. If it's a panoramic roof, that's fine. Put it at the beginning, but somewhere you better bury sunroof /moonroof in your comments. And I like burying stuff like that all the way at the bottom because they're not going to read that far anyways. And to some customers, it's the same thing anyways. Panoramic roof, though, obviously what that is. But then think about that, third row seat. Or is it 7 passengers? Is it rear entertainment or DVD player? So some of these customers are going to think of rear backup camera or backup camera. A lot of people will say rear camera. So you would need all these type of little innuendos in your descriptions, all these little different sayings. I had a Ford store a while back. We're talking about Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a big thing. But he said, yeah, but if it's a Ford and it's got Bluetooth, it's got sync. So I just put sync in there. I said, well, no one's looking for sync. It's fine to put sync at the very beginning if it's an important feature for a Ford shopper, but somewhere you better bury Bluetooth or have sync /Bluetooth in there because you're missing Bluetooth searches. Now, a lot of these sites have fixed it. When I was talking about left rail with cars.com, what's weird, like when I did check the box for before I checked anything, it said like 660 sunroofs. But then when I go look for sunroofs, there's only 336 sunroofs. So you're going to see these discrepancies. And go back to the Craigslist comment I was making earlier. Go to Craigslist. This is fun. Type in 4WD. See how many cars show up. Shop for a car on Craigslist. See, and then type in 4-wheel drive, or put the number 4 and then wheel drive as 3 words. And then type in 4x4, or type in sunroof and then type in roof and see. Look at how many different numbers of cars pop up. And when I ran across this, I don't know, probably 10 plus years ago, I was like, oh, holy crap. And I ran into some of the head auto trader guys in a conference, and I was telling them about this big issue they had. Now, we recognized it and we maximized it and used it. And so, that was one way we got huge SRPs at a lot of dealers' results. But a lot of dealers now are looking at SEO, SEM stuff and getting away from third parties or doing a little bit of each. And SEO, SEM is still important. Somebody might do a search F-150 sunroof, Olathe, Kansas. Boom. And if you just have roof or moonroof, it might not be picking those things up in your searches. So I'm going to throw that image in the comments so you can see it, but go play around. This might be an aha moment when you went, holy crap. But check it out. Give me a call or email if you have any questions. If you want a free inventory evaluation, this is one of the things that we can help you with on just looking at, spend some time with you looking at your inventory together, catch these things for you. www.lotpop.com. And all this tips and everything, go to our YouTube channel. Subscribe there, man. I put something up there almost every week and tips like this. Again, I hope this is helpful. We'll throw another one of these questions out here in the next day or two, probably Monday, maybe tomorrow. Thanks.